Chris. I draw cartoons.
And this is Group Therapy TV.
And I smoke cigarettes.
Remember, hey, now we're rated R. Because if you smoke cigarettes in a movie, you're rated R.
Should I run out from behind the curtain? Wave at everybody.
Well, it's like watching one of my favorite TV shows of all time is Twilight Zone. And they have the interview with Rod Serling, and he's talking to, I can't remember who it is, but entire time he's smoking, there's this giant ashtray with all these ashes in it in the middle of the table on network TV. Cat's getting into shit.
It's scary how much you can get away with on network. Dude, FX and FXX have gotten to where they say fuck. They say fuck on USA Channel, man. That fourth season of Mr. Robot kind of got me. I was like, hey, dude, wait, watch that language, man. USA Channel kind of, I mean, it's just.
It's after 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
You're allowed, I think, one after 10 o'clock at night. And then I think after midnight, you're allowed X amount of more. It's weird network rules. So that's like today. I was sitting there at the shop.
What I loved is that PG-13 movies were born in our time, and like with the Indiana Jones and stuff. PG-13 allows
the Gremlins and Poltergeist, I believe.
Yeah, Temple of Doom was the first one to get the PG-13 because they didn't know where to put it, because it was like, if they'd gotten an R rating, like Spielberg wouldn't have been able to get the families in there like he was planning on doing that,
Well, that's like if Weird Science is rated PG. Now it's rated PG-13. Retroactively, it's PG-13.
Retroactively, it's PG-13.
I was sitting there and I love the old Planet of the Apes movies. And the first Planet of the Apes movies is rated G. And there's people getting shot. Yeah. And Charlton Heston
dying, right?
Yeah.
Monkey violence all to hell,
When they shoot the one dude in the neck, they lobotomize the other dude, but that's G. That's back in the day.
Tim Burton turned him into Abe Lincoln.
Oh, dude, I interconnection is unstable. The one I liked was the new ones, the 3 new ones. Have you seen them?
Oh yeah, the Matt Reeves one, right?
Yeah,
the
Dawn,
Rise,
the Dawn, the Rise.
Yeah,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dude, they did a superb job on those. Those were really refined. Yeah,
those are better than they have any right to be. But it's what Andy Serkis.
I agree.
Oh, man. Well, I remember watching that.
But the Twilight Batman still looks stupid as fuck. There's that part at the end of the trailer where he's just beating on the guy for like a good 30 seconds, and you're like, okay, we get it. All right, what are you doing? Like, he just,
I am vengeance. But I get it.
Like,
it's supposed to be his early years. It's like his first few years. So that I kind of get, but
it's like, hey, I hate my dad. I hate my dad. Oh, what is that? I mean,
we were talking about this at the shop the other day. I was like, what would be the best thing to do? Make a Batman movie. Don't tell anybody it's Thomas Wayne Batman. Just make the movie, do all the advertising that's Batman, have everything, and have it open with the exact same opening every Batman movie has had, where the family's walking down the alley, and all of a sudden, man, Joe Chill steps out and he shoots Bruce and kills Bruce, and then everybody's like, "What?" Right. And then all of a sudden, you see them both looking down. Thomas just beats the fuck out of Joe Chill, and then they're standing there looking over, and there's Bruce laying on the ground, and you hear the mom starting to laugh, and then it pans away, and then it comes to like current day, and then you find out that Thomas Wayne is the Batman, and Martha Wayne is the Joker now. And
isn't that Flashpoint?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Isn't that Flashpoint?
Yeah, that'd be great to be Batman.
Dude, here's the very next thing they need to do with Batman. They need to get Michael Keaton right now to play Old Man Bruce and do a live action Batman Beyond.
He's
it would write itself, man.
Well, here's the thing: is Michael Keaton's coming back for the Flash movie.
Right. They've got a stupid ass name for it now, right? Burtonverse. I was like, oh my God, Tim Burton.
Yeah, they have to.
Oh.
So it's how do they have a Burtonverse when there's only 2 movies in the Burtonverse? Because even the second and third movie, the third and fourth movies are completely different.
So Pee-wee's Big Adventure is now canon. Can we have a Pee-wee Batman crossover?
Hey, Pee-wee Herman and Lorraine or whatever is the Penguin's parents.
Yeah. Batman Returns.
Yep, Batman Returns.
The beginning, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But was that really, since this is the Burtonverse, perhaps that was really Pee-wee Herman?
That would be Pee-wee.
Wrap your mind around that shit for me.
Pee-wee Cobblepot.
Pee-wee Cobblepot.
I remember being a kid.
Dude, I just remember Danny DeVito was just atrocious. Danny DeVito was just nasty in that.
Oh, he was so great though. He's like sitting there going like growing up. He's got his flipper little hands. Grab women's butts and stuff like that. You find out that that's just Frank from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That's where he made all his money.
Bro, dude, Danny DeVito is my fucking hero. Danny DeVito said, you know what? I'm just going to retire and hang out with these assholes at Always Sunny. And that's all he did. And that's his retirement. He just doesn't come on.
Well, if you go back and you listen to the commentary on like that first season, they didn't know that they were going to get him. And he was like, he loved the pilot. And they got him for, I think, 7 days. So they went and edited him in. So they filmed all of his scenes in 7 days and then edited him into the entire season.
Okay. Yeah. And here's the thing, man. Danny DeVito was Always Sunny's 7 of 9. You know what I'm saying? They brought 7 of 9 on.
Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah.
So I want a Frank from Sunny as a Borg. That would be awesome.
Oh my God, that'd be great. Little tiny ass Danny DeVito.
Danny DeBorgio. Danny, help me out here. Danny Borg.
The worst part about it is you know what he would be great at, except for it's on it'd be in Harley Quinn, but they have Cy Borgman, the old Jewish
I remember that.
Yeah, Cy Borgman, but it's now voiced by
I burned through that Harley Quinn shit, man. When I got it, I found it on the HBO Max. That was awesomely done.
My wife
just like, I laughed. I was laughing out loud hard. You know, I was like,
the cast is so great. Ron Funches is King Shark. Alan Tudyk is the Joker, and
Joker. Alan Tudyk is amazing as Joker. He should be a live action Joker, man. Resident Alien. Did you watch Resident Alien?
Oh, Resident Alien is the shit. I love that show.
I was just like, dude, that's fucking great, man. This thing is awesome.
Well, what was funny was I saw the trailer, and when they had the trailer and him talking to the dude from Ancient Aliens in the trailer, and he's like, "You should have a TV show," and I was like, this is gonna be hilarious. And I watched it, and I was like, "Oh, this is one of the best shows ever." I might,
dude. It's like Marvin the Martian meets Dexter meets Northern Exposure.
Oh yeah, I love him with the interaction with the little kid. No, you're an asshole. It's like
asshole. The kid. The way he's working the mask, man.
The best part about that show is everybody's good on that show, from him to the little kids to the rest of the supporting cast.
There is no absolutes. There is no absolute bad guy, nor is there any absolute good guys either.
Well,
that's the magic.
Really, the only bad guy you got is Linda Hamilton, and maybe the one secret agent who's just willing to kill people.
But even with Linda Hamilton, you realize and appreciate and understand why she's doing what she's doing, and she knows, and maybe before it's all said and done, she might do some good. That's the kind of writing I love. It's like there's no definite absolutes.
The one that surprised me was that Terry O'Quinn was just a one-off. They gave him a backstory at the beginning of the episode. They give him the episode, and then that's it. I thought he was going to be a reoccurring character at first. Because, I mean, why would you not?
How do you know he's not?
Yeah. Well, he might be back for season.
How do you know it's not? There's, and just to quote the good doctor, this is some bullshit. This is bullshit.
Oh, my God.
Dude, that last episode was just awesome because it was like they're flying off there and they're like, okay, what's going on here? And then the kids stolen away, and I'm like, oh wait, I'm spoiling shit, ain't I? I need to shut up.
Spoiler alert! If you haven't watched the show,
don't just bleep me out and do the mouth blur thing on me, a lot.
Well, I hate to say this, but we always do the spoiler alert. I was like, if you haven't watched the show that ended in October, you're so show, man. Oh yeah.
I was like, I don't even know how the hell I was watching it. I was trying to find the app or find the Sci-Fi Channel. We don't have cable. Cable's not. What happens is Sci-Fi Channel. You go to Sci-Fi Channel. You go to the internet. You go put in a code. You put in the code. You get three watches. And I was trying to do that every week to get the new, and just, so I could watch that whole thing. I just wanted to watch that whole season. That's it, But I was like, wow, this is the future.
Well, the worst part about it is
convenient and less exhausting.
The worst part about it is I pretty much gave up on Sci-Fi Channel. The Sci-Fi Channel hasn't put out anything really good in a while.
Happy and Deadly Class. Happy was awesome. Happy, just that second season, it kind of went off the rails, but like it went off the rails to a place I'm like, I want to see where they're going to go with this, man. Because it's already beyond.
Oh man, I'm a big fan of the comic, and I started. And I started watching.
The comic was nothing more than a short story. That's the thing. The comic was nothing but pretty much a novella, short fiction.
4 issues of a miniseries, and that was it. And then I think we got Still Happy or Happy 2 or whatever the second part.
They did a second part to Happy in comic book form.
I feel like I did. Remember what my camera. Damn thing off. I need to get one of them little camera stands for my computer desk here. I got my big stand, but I don't have my little one.
I need to find just a slave Leia bikini model chick just to hold the camera on me. That's all.
Well, it's funny because if you go back and look at my old shop photos, every time we had there for a while, whenever we'd have an event, I'd have a cosplayer girl come in and hang out and get pictures taken and stuff like that. But I haven't done that in forever. So I kind of need to do that again.
I would cosplayer girls come in the room. I get like under the table and get shy and shit. And I was like, okay, I better not. I'm a caveman, so I was just like, But yeah, like there's some amazing art to it, man. There's some stuff that's just really good, really cool.
Well, there's people I know that can pull off the store-bought stuff, But then there's people that I know that got the high-end. Stupid, really good costume.
There's a lady on Instagram, Abby Darkstar.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about. She does a lot of she workshops that stuff, man, and she's posted videos of stuff she's like put together by hand, and that's awesome. That's craft,
I thought there was a second series, but evidently there is not. Maybe I'm just missing it. But Happy Volume 1. 4 issue. Yep. Nope. Maybe they were going to, and it just kind of never went anywhere. But, I mean, it's Grant Morrison and Derek Robertson, so that's a go-to team right there.
Yeah, and the thing is that I think Derek Robertson and Grant Morrison both like kind of said, you know what, we could do a second series, or we could go sit in this hot tub full of, $100 bills because they're already paid us millions for it. We did something awesome and that's what's beautiful about it, is that in just 4 issues, they told a great story.
Yeah.
That's a rarity in this day and age with comics, man. But I love it. If you're able to do that in just 4 issues. I don't want to have to go into the shop and buy every single book on the stand to make, sense of a story. I want something solid, good. I love the short form.
I have OCD. So my whole thing is that I'm a comic collector, and I've been a comic collector
really?
Ever.
Dude, I want to start a shop and call it OCD. My comic shop.
We used to have the ongoing joke that when I opened up this shop this time, it was gonna be called Live New Girls and Free Beer Comics. So when people came in, they'd be like, "What?" And okay, it's a comic book store. I was like, "Yeah, you're gonna get disappointed."
Hey, while you're here,
you're gonna get disappointment.
While you're here, check out what's going on in all these, Green Lantern comics. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, man. I work a shop. I would just lean heavy on whatever T-shirt walks through the door. A guy walks in with a Hellboy. I'd be like, "Hey, have you been checking this out? What'd you think of Hellboy, the remake?"
I liked it, but I'm a fan of Neil Marshall.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? So where's my I can hear myself.
Yeah, good. All right.
No, I actually liked the new Hellboy. It was not, and this is bad. The first Hellboy movie.
I wanted to like it. I did. I wanted to like it. I really did. But the more I just watched it, I think what's his name? Hopper, the guy playing Hellboy. I think he makes a great teenage Ron Perlman. But
he's great. Yeah,
he's not Hellboy yet.
Well, I like the whole concept,
and that's the way I would have went with it.
Oh yeah. Well, mine is that the Hellboy.
Seriously, they could have made that a prequel.
And had that, yeah. But
they could have made that a prequel. They could have made that prequel, and they could have made that prequel, and it'd be like not mess with the continuity of Del Toro's movies, and we finish it out with a third one years later, and let them, now they're raising 2 crazy fucked up twins that are, you know what I'm saying? Remember how the Golden Army ended, right? I mean, there was, and then you could have in between, if they were still needing a Hellboy movie, they could have turned around and said, "Hey, we've got this. We'll do this as a prequel and set it in the 70s, and it's young Hellboy, and have Hopper, and we could have went with it. We could have had some young guy playing Broom. It could have been the early days of the BPRD and how it formed and what it became, and boom. I mean, come on."
Well, the thing I heard that there was a lot of studio interference with this one.
You could feel it. I was missing Abe Sapien. I was missing and everybody I grown to love. Yeah. And in this one, it was just like, where are these 2 guys? Where's Seth MacFarlane's ghost dad suit? I mean, like, come on, man.
The thing is, though, is that the first 2 Hellboy movies are Guillermo del Toro's Hellboy, because Liz and Hellboy never really have that relationship. It's more aimed towards Guillermo del Toro's Hellboy. I think that the new one is more of a Mike Mignola Hellboy, but it also had a lot of problems. So, but
it was like Del Toro's Hellboy was H.P. Lovecraft Hellboy meets the Muppets. All right, and which is awesome. I fucking loved it. All right, it was great. And then the new one was more like Hellboy meets Fangora, which Fangora has in slasher films has their place. And I love me one if they're done. It's but as a Hellboy movie, it just felt like, I don't know, man. It just felt like they the writer, it felt like the writer halfway through the movie, or at least a good quarter way into the movie, just got pissed and walked off the set. You know, that's what it felt like to me. And
it's pretty
the
much
trailer
what
felt
happened.
awesome. I wanted to like it. I really did. The trailer felt awesome. That whole, like, you know, with the smoke on the water, right? Doing the smoke on the water, like,
the,
you
the
know,
whole,
remix.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
whole heavy
and it was
metal
played well.
aspect of it, where he's got the horns, he's riding in on the dragon and shit. Yeah.
And all right, what's his name from Deadwood? What is his name? That played
Ian McShane.
Ian McShane.
Yes.
Ian McShane, when you put him on the screen with Hellboy, and he's still more menacing looking than Hellboy, the contrast is not there, man. Okay, every time Ian McShane was in the room or on the, you know, screen, I was more, that's fucking Ian McShane, you know. I mean, he will beat your ass. He is just evil incarnate.
Well, the funny part about it is that he was he was started out as a British TV actor on a British like detective show.
Yeah, dude,
yeah,
that guy. I mean, I watched the Deadwood stuff. I still need to watch the movie, but like, it's just he's you know, Hot Rod. He was awesome in Hot Rod.
Well, I liked him in freaking
American Gods.
I never watched American Gods yet. I just got Stars recently.
Watch American Gods, man. It rocks. I haven't watched any of the third season, but the first two seasons, I was like, yeah, this book's brilliant. The book is awesome.
Yeah, the book was one of the ones where I was I got a bunch of Neil Gaiman's books, like at a garage sale or something. So I got American Gods and the Sazi Boys and
yeah, all tattered paperback.
Yeah, I got those and was like
for 50 cents. Yeah.
Yep. And
yeah, dude, I'm the same way. I'll go into a bookstore, like, you find me a used bookstore, I'll go in looking, like digging until I find stuff that I've been wanting and everything. And I'll hit garage sales like that too, man. That's how I got my hands on that Iron Giant, and I got that for like $2.75.
I
was like, yeah, I'm not gonna pass this up. I mean,
I jump on. I've got so many books that I try to read when I can. What sucks is as of relatively recently, I had to start wearing glasses to read, which sucked because I went from reading constantly to I couldn't hardly read.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I gotta wear glasses,
and I had to suck it up. And was like, oh, here goes. Well, they're just cheater glasses, but literally, like if I'm reading my phone, I gotta read with it like this is me reading my phone, and that's almost perfect at this distance. But if I gotta read like my comics or something like that, or a book, you're sitting there like that trying to read. But if I wear my glasses, I can actually have them up on my. Jeez, wow! Ian McShane was on an episode of Magnum PI back in the day. Holy shit!
Dude, also, I gotta go grab it. I'm like trying to put like T-Rex as company until I gotta go grab a soda.
Grab a soda. I'm gonna do my commercial then.
All right.
And today's episode is brought to you by RU Game, the best comic book video game collectible shop in all of Pickle, Ohio, located at 124 North Sunset Drive, Pickle, Ohio 45356. And you can come in right now and you can get Cee's book, The Wendell, our store exclusive, signed and numbered, and they are selling pretty quickly. So step in there and hurry up and get one. And also, if you get one, you get in the drawing for an original piece of artwork from, there we go. You can get one. You can get that signed and numbered.
Signed and numbered. This is one I had to have them make me one because I don't even own a copy myself. I was like, I don't actually still own a physical copy, you know, of the comic and everything. This was a lot of fun to do. I still want to do more with it, but I don't know, I went different ways with my art, and that whole, apocalypse thing happening this last year, I mean, don't hear about that.
Mm-hmm. That whole thing just knocked the crap out of me last year. I actually had to like keep myself busy from going insane. Being trapped in a house.
I kept busy and still went insane. I was like, all right, I'm gonna keep drawing, and try to get as much stuff done as I can. And if I can't, then I can't, and trying to get everything, helping relatives and keeping households going and doing the running and making sure people wear masks, and it's just it was insane.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you can edit this, right?
Huh? Yeah, I
can edit this. Okay.
My whole thing was I went from being had my shop. I'm at my shop 5 days a week. I go to the gym 3 days a week. I go with my buddies 1 day a week. And I take my kids places. Me and my wife take the kids' place. Well, my kids are old, they're adults now, but my youngest one, he goes with us everywhere, and we couldn't take him anywhere. So he's the one he's the one that has autism, and he starts like wanting to go to here. He wants to go here, and he didn't quite understand why. Now he's like, you tell him, hey bud, put your mask on. He puts his mask on. He goes in places. He said, but he still wants to go to. We have a thing called COSI, which is the Columbus, Ohio Science Institute. It's like
there's a lot of amazing shit.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like here in Memphis, they've got the Pink Palace Museum, which does a lot of different.
It's a place that I've gone when I was a kid in school. My wife went there when she was a kid in school, and we took all of our kids there. And then now my youngest, he loves it. It's like one of his favorite places to go. If he had us a choice to go anywhere, he wants to go to COSI, and he wants to do all the experiments and stuff there, and he wants to see everything.
That's how the Pink Palace Museum is in Memphis and stuff. You go in, and every display would have like it was interactive. You could play with it's like Little Rock. They've got Discovery Zone, which does that too. So it's like a lot of daydreaming. I can relate to that. Daydreaming is like the energy that makes me sit down and want to still do this kind of stuff. So, I
had to get him upstairs. This is one of the reasons why I was running late today, because I had to clean up his mess. And then he wanted to go sleep on the couch, and then he wanted to sleep on the floor. I'm like, bud, come on, you gotta go to bed. You gotta go to bed.
So what are you reading on right now of late that you should recommend to me?
Hold on 1 second. Let me go get my pile. Oh shit. I'm way behind. I'm usually start reading this week's books yet, but since I was on vacation, I am not. But you always talk about this. There's Ultra Mega 1 and 2. But
I'm loving that.
This is the third
print, man.
That's the third print of number 1, second print of number 2. I'm loving that. Last week's DCs. Here we go. This one right here.
I've been reading The Last Ronin.
The nice house on the lake. It's
wow.
These people get invited by an old friend to go to this lake house, and they're all kind of awkward, and they all were referred to as like the artist, the writer, the scientist, the doctor, the pianist, the consultant, and you go through this whole thing, and then towards the end you find out that there's an apocalypse going on. It hasn't touched them yet, and they're there for a reason. And it's DC, but it's from their Black Label line, so it's really good.
What is that? Yeah, same thing. Those put out the Wonder Woman, Dead Earth, and stuff. Yeah. It's like then they're printed in that super like Marvel Super Treasury, like
Yeah,
you
no,
know, the super size special.
yeah, this one's just regular standard comic book size format. Yeah, they got the other ones that are in magazine size. Then I got Shadecraft. That's really good from Image.
Right.
Witchblood, that's from Vault Comics. Let's see here.
What about Mad Cave, man? I've been picking up like some Mad Cave stuff. Like they did this thing, Terminal Punks, a few months back. I think it's still on issue. I was reading on that for a second. I don't have to look through stuff.
The Girls from Dimension 13 is from Aftershock. That's I guess
came real close to picking that up.
Yeah, it's the craft meets like the craft meets a superhero book.
Punk rock.
Yeah, Dune. There's one I just got ain't read yet, the Basilisk. Can't wait to read that one. All the other ones. Hellions. Deep Beyond, which is in a alternate future where somewhere
Nice.
would be an R past now. A disease starts ravaging the planet, and then they find out that there's like it's changing the life forms in the ocean and stuff like that.
Right.
Let's see. Proctor Valley Road. That's a pretty good one. That's a reprint of the first issue. It's a Grant Morrison. So
I actually heard good things about that too.
The You Promised Me Darkness I talked to you about last time. This is the second print of issue 1. That's the one with that really kind of photo, like they took photos and did the artwork kind of like that.
Oh yeah. Like like shifting it through a Photoshop filter, like it's all live photos.
Yeah, but
dude, that takes some craft. If that's actually the method of what they're doing or what they're using, like that rotoscope, because it's a matter of getting the most dynamic angles. Yeah, look at that.
Shadecraft.
Yeah.
I know this is bad, but this is probably the best comic book Marvel Comics has put out in probably the last 20 years.
Is that the Immortal Hulk?
The Immortal Hulk.
Yeah, that's what you were telling me about. I need to get my hands on some of that because
it's the Hulk in almost a horror setting.
It's like the Hulk if he was Swamp Thing, right? Like
it goes back. It takes place in the in like a big chunk of it takes place in hell. There's the green door which opens up to the Gammaverse. He basically the UFOs show up and they try to murder him, and then he basically takes them out.
So it's like they just gave Incredible Hulk over to John Carpenter and said, "Here, go to work." Right?
Dude, it's definitely body horror, big time body horror. I'm a heavy metal guy, so I just got that one. The Anthrax. I ain't even opened it yet.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
God, like everybody's worked on this. Hell, this has got Greg Nicotero, GGH.
Dude, I did a comic book adaptation of Johnny Cash's ballad, "Don't Take Your Guns to Town."
Mm-hmm.
And it ran like 11 pages. I could probably do a run for you if you wanted them. Like, if you really want exclusive material from me, like, you know, I did that Johnny Cash bit. I'll post pages of it here in a bit, man.
Yeah.
And you'll see them, but I took it, and if you've ever heard the song, read the lyrics to the song, and I got to a certain point, and I was trying to stay with the Western theme, but it got to the point, it was like, oh no, I'm at the point of the song where he's getting on a horse. And I didn't want him draw on a horse because I was like, I don't want to fucking draw horses. And that's how the whole magic was born, because it wound up being a lizard. Like he climbs on like a T-Rex lizard thing, and it's like he's like on another planet, like much alike. And so I basically made like Brave Star out of this Johnny Cash song. So you really ought to see it.
Well, we years ago I was working with another artist, but we got a guy who was trying to get he would pick a musician or a band, and then you would have to make a book or a short story based on one of their songs. And it was I can remember like one book was before that was like I want to say like Sympathy for the or Rolling Stones. One was like Metallica, whatever. We got Queen, and we didn't make the problem was we by the time we got them the idea, it was like too close to the deadline. They were already full. So the issue, we didn't get to make it, but we did. I wrote a script for the show must go on, and it was a gladiator. It was the whole thing where you'd walk out, doing the whole thing, and the whole thing is that one of the things with gladiators is that during Roman times, like bisexuality was really common, stuff like that. So the last person he had to face to get his freedom was his boyfriend.
Right.
And that's why the show must go on. He still had to go through and fight and kill his boyfriend to be free. And they liked it, but we didn't make the deadline. So it's kind of sucked, but I probably could still.
And actually,
if I dig that.
So you guys do the 24-hour, or is it 48-hour comic book thing now? Or is it, or do you do a comic in 24 hours? I think it's 48 hours now. It's like a 48-hour film festival.
Yeah.
You do comics from beginning 24 hours to do a 24-hour like page comic, which is really
cool. I've sold some artists the books, the 24-hour like DC put them out a few years ago. Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, I think. And had the Superman logo, Wonder Woman logo, Batman logo, and it was just an empty book. And it said 24-hour comic day or whatever. I've sold a lot of those. I never seen any of them done for me at the store. Because what it tends to be is like an artist will do 2 pages, hand it off to another artist. That artist will do 2 pages, hand it off.
Dude, do you own a copy? Do you own a blank copy of one of those? You should send it to me. Commission me. I'd be interested in doing something.
I'll see what I'm pretty sure I got at least a Batman floating around. So I'd have to go look. It's one of the ones that I have a box, literally like a short box. It's nothing but the blank covers, and I think I have probably a couple of those in the blank cover box. So
cool. Well, listen, I got to get off here and work, man. But it's been cool. So this is like, and we need to do and plan like some kind of where I can just broadcast just me drawing, because I got the rig like it is now, and just work on a piece. I've got this piece I did up in rough pencil form, the Bucky and Rocket you wanted, and we could do that. I get it penciled up really good and tight, and maybe go on live from your page and do live, drawing and stuff. I just got to make sure, speakers, the mic is working properly and all that.
Oh yeah. Well, it'll be on the group therapy page.
I don't want to. You guys just want to let me.
So that's cool.
I'd rather just draw, just work.
Or bullshit while you draw, or if you just want to post it on, if you want to record and send, because you can do that now on the group therapy page. So, and then I'll share it with everything else. So whatever you share on there, I will share it to my personal page and then to the store page too. So,
all right.
Yeah. And
if it's anything, I'll just record like maybe like 2-3 minute pieces of me finishing talking about how I can draw teeth and this is what I'm doing with these teeth, and then I'll upload that onto the therapy page. Right. Yeah. So there you go. I'm just trying to give you content, stuff I can work with.
And that's So, And I gotta say, this is it was cool. We got a guy that came in. You told me he sold him some artwork. He come all the way to the shop to pick up a copy of the Wendell.
Dude, the gentleman's name was Dan Hickey. Dan Hickey made a point to message me and lets me know he drove for 45 minutes to get his copy of the Wendell. And dude, that just made my day all day. I was like,
that's so cool. And that's kind of what I was hoping for.
I do. I try. I generally have this reputation of hating people, but I don't hate people. I just want to take the time to actually get to know, who I'm, instead of just stamping out a piece like, okay, you want a Spider-Man, and all that. I want to take time and talk to him. It's like, what do you like about Spider-Man? What do you dig the most? Like, let's find you some way to do a piece where you dug it, like that piece I did with the boombox, him hanging upside down with the boombox. A buddy of mine was talking about. It's like, well, it's like he's always breakdancing, and I was just like, okay, and a buddy now, because I take the time to actually talk to people when they hit me with commissions and stuff. And try to give them
the pieces you've done for me, like the you did, the Evelyn's basic, but she still got that kind of Evelyn look, and then the Ookla the mock one that you did. Right. It looks like a
that's right.
Sign. Yeah.
I said and turned that into like a headshot. If Ookla was you remember, like
an actor,
star and stuff, like from Ookla,
Then the other one was the Mazinger Z, which fighting a giant monster, and you're like, the monster's like, no, I don't want to fight.
That's you. That was you. They got the "Wish You Were Here" piece. That I could still make prints of that too, man. I could do like 9x12 prints of that and stuff. That was fun. That's where I got the idea. I got to working on this.
That kaiju.
The kaiju.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and switch this over real quick, just so I can show you.
Okay.
That, like, because I think it's fun, and it's like, and it's all like these. I cut down these pieces. I'm still not finished yet, but it's work in progress too. So it's like I want to take like the colors on and stuff. So like I thought, hey, that's a cool kind of piece,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Everything, but yeah. All right. HPD web.
All right. Well, we'll let you get back to working, and I will get you with you sometime.
Talk soon. Yeah.
Again, and we'll get everything planned for next week.
Yeah, man. And dude, somebody, if you've got a camera on your phone, hit me on Messenger. When if somebody comes in by the book, I'll thank them myself. We'll hang out, I'll talk to them, be like, hey, thanks for buying the book and everything. Whatever it takes, man. Whatever it takes.
So far, people are digging it. So far, I mean, it's selling. I've sold. I know I just got it on Friday. So.
One night we'll spend the night showcasing all the lurid, crazy madness that's gone into trying to make it into a TV pilot with my filmmaker friend in San Antonio. Ooh, it's the Wendell. Oh my God, dude. It's like he's been following me around for 3 years. He's in my dreams. He's battling around in my head, and every time I think I'm done, there's still somebody that comes along and says, I want some more Wendell stuff. And it's like, okay, here it is, so cool. It's that character, to me.
Right. Yeah. I had a guy that was looking at it today, and he's like, is there going to be more of this? I'm like, well, there is the cartoon special, right?
There is the Wendell cartoon special. Yeah, we'll put that together. If people are interested and want a run of it, we'll do a run of that.
Yep.
It's a follow-up. I was at a point, like I said, where I personally, my old man died. And it kind of put me in a place as far as all my work went. And I was for a long time there, I was like, I felt lost. I was a kid in front of a TV set watching cartoons, and that Wendell special was born out of that, with the old school title card and all the craziness going on. And it still plays. And I was like, it was the first time I really took to delve into doing color work. So I was like, this thing has got to be full color. I mean, I can get it printed in full color if it works as a Kickstarter, but it's got to be in full color because it's a cartoon and there's no such thing as a black and white. If it's a black and white cartoon, then it's Mickey Mouse, this is Saturday morning. It needs to pop,
Oh, yeah.
It's like I mentioned Ruby Spears to a friend of mine, and she was like, who the hell is Ruby Spears? I was like, oh my God, you don't know who Ruby? Oh my God, their Saturday morning cartoons are gone, man.
Oh man,
It's got to be people like me and you that keep them alive. So
I do my best. I mean, tomorrow night when I get done, I got another interview tomorrow night. Once I get done with that, then I will record my show, my cartoon show, and then I'll edit that on Friday.
Dude, how hard would it be to get the rights to do? Like, how hard would it be to get the rights, the comic book rights on Thundaar the Barbarian? Because I would smooth up.
Thundaar the Barbarian probably going to be pretty hard, because that is Hanna-Barbera now, because it was Ruby Spears. Then
Warner Brothers. We'd be dealing with Warner Brothers, because Warner Brothers owns Hanna-Barbera, right?
It's the Warner Brothers Archives that has it now. And on top of that, it's
not as obscure. It's obscure, but it's not so obscure that people aren't going to be like, hey, wait a minute, we own Thundaar and these kids are doing some awesome Thundaar stuff, right? Like that's kind of what I want to do. I want to take the obscure stuff that we grew up on and find something like Kid Video. What would it take for us to put together a Kid Video comic?
I would love to do Kid Video. Well, you know what the worst part about
Ronald McDonald and Friends in Daydream.
If I had my way, I'd spend every day with Ronald and all of his friends.
Come on, let's have fun.
What a wonderful dream. It would be such fun to do. And sometimes happy dreams really come true.
Dana, we're going to McDonald's.
It's a good time for the great days
of McDonald's.
On the next Mork and Mindy.
According to the meter, you're only 17% Orkin. If you are not a full Orkin by the time I'm finished here, you will be ostracized. With this ceremonial egg, I will attempt to remove the earth spirits from his body.
Mork and Mindy, today at 5:30 on TV 33.
And we're back.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, what I was saying a minute ago, I was like, a lot of the creatures and the villain creation was Thundaar the Barbarian was Jack Kirby. And Jack Kirby.
Yeah, Jack Kirby.
Jack Kirby did the rights. Did the
he didn't get kind of.
That was when he had left Marvel.
Yeah, he got hired on like to be like the creative force on a lot of the old, like Ruby Spears. I mean, doing design work. I mean,
he did Centurions
and went to Hollywood.
Yep.
Yeah, he did a ton of stuff, man.
And
he left the stamp.
The one.
And where's and if we do a Thundaar the Barbarian live action or anything, Jack Kirby needs to make a cameo in every episode.
And somewhere it's like in the background, you see a little Jack Kirby.
Somewhere in the background, he's a FedEx guy. Okay, and I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just all there is to it. I mean, Jack needed to spend as much time. They needed to do some kind of Jack-related Easter egg in every single one of the Marvel books.
Dude, I wanted so bad for the end of the Marvel from Avengers. Because by the time Avengers dropped, we knew that Stanley had passed, stuff like that. I wanted them to be, the whole thing, because we knew we weren't getting a post-credit scene. But to have a post-credit scene where it just kind of fades out and it's white, and you just see these two guys walk up to each other, one of them's drawing at a desk, and the other one goes, "Hey, been waiting here for you for a while." And he goes back to drawing. He goes, "You got any ideas?" And then that's where it would have ended.
Right. And the other guy's got a whip. Yeah.
It's have you ever seen the documentary on him? The Jack Kirby documentary?
I have not, and I should.
It's on free
the
on
only
Netflix.
thing I've really read. Did you? It's on Netflix right now. The Jack Kirby.
No, it's on YouTube. Sorry. It's on YouTube. It's free on YouTube.
well, dude, hit me with the link with that, and
Yeah.
I will like watch it tonight. I didn't know that. Yeah, I knew that his son was spearheading a lot of activity, a lot of things, a lot of good stuff. You know, wasn't he? Like Jack Kirby's son was like trying to
Well, I know
get
his
his name
grandkid.
out there, get stuff.
Yeah. He's got
Yeah.
he's getting he gets a lot of money that way. His grandkids are doing a lot too, because his grandkids are just now hitting their 20s.
Dude, Jack Kirby was born on August 28th. I was born on August 28th. So yeah, I mean, come on, man.
But oh man, it's I just read the Tom Scully, I can't remember. He did artwork for
Scully. Yeah.
I got
Scully and Ed Pisker. It was Ed Pisker is the guy's name, is doing all the grand design stuff.
Yeah, the
where
grand
he's,
design
like,
stuff.
doing he's taking all the old
Fantastic
school
Four, yeah.
storylines and like
yeah. But he did a Jack Kirby book.
Yeah, it's fun stuff, man. You know, it's
And
like
I got
it's
the
like
great big one. Okay. I got the great big Jack Kirby book, the one that's like, it's Jack Kirby, King of Comics, and Mark Evner or whatever is wrote it. Yeah. And I any of my comic book buddies that are artists and whatnot, I always hand that to them to read. So they can
Kirby's stamp is on both of the cinematic universes, on Marvel and DC. I mean, because all that Dark Side Steppenwolf stuff.
Oh yeah,
that was all Kirby.
Yep.
All that Dark Side and New World stuff. That was all him, man. He had this whole epic story planned out, man, before he got like kind of just absorbed into DC and became like the head. He became their Thanos, I guess you call it.
Yep.
You know, I mean.
Well, it's funny because I just I had a friend who does a Facebook auction, and I was able to score what was it, the Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, the first Jack Kirby one. So it's like 81 or something like that, and that's just weird seeing.
Right, so Facebook option. You're talking about Facebook option. They allow you like to use particular like pieces of music and stuff while you're recording live or something like that.
No, the Facebook auctions, the ones where they put stuff up for sale and you just bid on it.
Oh,
yeah, no.
Dude, just edit all this out. I totally lost my thread.
It's all right, man.
I was like,
I know it's getting late, but hey, we've been trying to wrap this up. Let's go ahead and wrap this one up for tonight. And
dude, thank you. Yeah, like let's talk some more because I want to draw. I want to work on this Bucky O'Hare rocket piece because now I got kind of okay, this is where I'm going with it, and that's what I'm going to do. So
I think I'm gonna go sit on my couch, watch TV, and read. So
yeah, I will probably watch movies and finish. I gotta get these two pieces done up. I've got relatives coming in tomorrow.
All right, man.
So be safe in the apocalypse. Wear your mask. Always vote blue. The gluten is now all free. You can have as much as you want, and may the force be with you.
And with you. Have a good night, man. Later.
Good night, man.
Bye.